Welcome to a gorgeous afternoon here in the Masai Mara for your very own live privately guided safari. My name is Brent Smith and I'll be joining Taylor and Ali as we take you on an African adventure. Remember, if you want to ask us any questions, use the hashtag Safari Live. I have Dangerous Dave Easter on camera and we're with the Olao Pride. There we go. Oh, she's up at the perfect time. Now, this pride has recently had 3 tiny little babies, and I'm not sure, that doesn't look like mom, and they're somewhere in this lugga. A lugga is a little river system, and we haven't managed to see the cubs yet. Some of the Ngama guides have told me about it, but there we go. You can see it's a beautiful lugga surrounded by quinine trees. Where are you off to, big girl? She looks like she's eaten quite well recently, and I think, yes, she just got a bit hot in the spot she was in, so she decided to pop down for a little rest. Now, the Olao Pride and the Ngama Pride are very, very closely related. So they are breakaways from the original Marsh Pride on the other side of the river. And 7 lionesses came across the river in 2014, and they are still friends, sort of, but they will sometimes be seen together, but generally these 3 lionesses spend all their time together, and then the 4 Ngama girls spend time further to the southwest from here. So they're more towards the most northern crossing point in the river, this pride, whereas the Ngama pride is around the Smaki swamp right up to the out of Africa area. Bobby says she looks pregnant. Bobby, I think she's pregnant full of warthog, so I think her belly's just quite full, and just you can see by the way she's breathing, it's not that hot, so I think she is just very, very, very full. Now, what a lovely spot to spend the afternoon. Oh, look at, isn't that cute? Look how she's just leaning her head on the top of the bank. And as the lions go, that's a pretty good spot, you know. Unsuspecting warthog or something else might just wander up and get snacked upon. Of course, the fat lady has made it a bit more difficult by lying out in the open. So we are slowly learning the different dynamics of the prides here, but it is going to take a while before we completely understand everything. Richard says the cubs must be nearby. Richard, as far as I know, the den's probably about a kilometre from here, and it isn't uncommon for lionesses to leave their cubs and move even further than that away from them in terms of going to hunt. So they're unable to provide enough milk for their cubs unless they can provide enough meat for themselves. So they are often sometimes quite far away from the cubs, and they also they'll move back there normally once a day to feed. Sometimes they'll leave them for even 2 or 3 days before returning to them. Isn't that cute? Now, judging that the one female's got such a fat belly, I would say the other 2 probably have also got lovely fat bellies. Claire says the one in the center looks super happy. Well, if a lion's got a fat belly, it's a happy creature. So I'm sure it is very happy then. Oh, she's up again. I think that big fat belly is causing some discomfort. Looks like she's going to walk down towards us. And we might just move the vehicle a little bit when she disappears beyond this little rise in front of us. There she goes. Okay, I'm going to jump down into my turret and let's keep following her. Isn't this exciting? Remember, this is 100% live coming to you from Kenya. Now, I wonder if they don't have a kill around, or she's just going to go find a nice shady bush to sleep in. I think that's exactly what she's up to. And you can now see how even an animal as big as a lion can disappear in even the most innocuous of little bushes. No, she is very full, very fat. How's that, Dave? There's a car coming. I'm just going to sit there for now. I'm just going to wait for the vehicle to go past. And just see where they stop. Okay. So when, Davey? There we go. And you can see she's an extremely well-fed, oh dear, I'm pulling cables out of things, lioness. I think I might have disconnected my comms. No, I haven't. Okay, we're all good. So here we go. She's just got a little bit hot out there in the sun, and she's come to lie in this little bush to hide from that scorching African sun. Now, even though it's always quite cool up here, as we are about 1,600 meters above sea level where we're sitting currently, and the sun does take its toll on you. But at this time of the year, well, the rainy season is extending into June this year, and you can hear some thunder, and I think we might have to dash a little bit later, as that is exactly where our weather comes from. So hopefully it just stays away for a little bit longer so we can show you some more Masai Mara magic. Aaron is asking, the same coalition, that coalition of 4 males that are dominant over the Angama pride and dominant over the Olao pride as well. Indeed, they are, Aaron. So they are the same lionesses. Good luck. They are the same males that dominate over both prides. But I don't think these lions, judging from their fat bellies, I think another lioness is on her way. I'm just going to see quickly if she comes towards us. There you go, you can see the aerials that are bringing you the picture there, very briefly. Now, I can't really see if she is as full as the lioness. She does, no, she is as full. There we go. And I don't think they're going to move too much, because they have got those wonderful big bellies full of I'm not sure what. Like the Angama pride and the pride that they spawned from, the marsh pride, they are very, very, very adept warthog hunters. Hi, Ali. Ali would like to know, do the lions migrate as well? They do not. The lion prides are resident. There are some young males that are said to follow the migration, but again, it'll never be through the whole migration. It'll only be for little bits of it. So they don't migrate, Ali. These are very good-looking girls, though. I think they're probably they're in a good spot here. There's lots of water around, and they've got full bellies, not too far away from the cubs. So I don't think they're going to move too far today. There we go. Now, can you believe the first time I came to this particular part of Kenya, I stayed very, very close to here, and I was about 10 years old, and the memory I have from that time is actually lions feeding on a hippo. Ali's got a live one. Well, we're on the edge of the Mara River, and there's a hippo who's standing on top of a rock. Not quite sure why at the moment. I don't know whether it's been pushed out by the other hippos or it's just having a bit of a suntan. Looks like it's about to go back into the river. Or not. Now, there's massive populations of hippos around the Mara River, and there seems to be a very, not uneasy, but a truce between the crocodiles. Now, you'll probably find that because the crocs don't really harass them too much because look at this. This is very interesting. See how that other hippo is shadowing it? So I think that hippo might have been chased out, and that's why it's on the rocks. Now the hippo battles around the edge of this river are epic, and the injuries they sustain during those battles lead them. Look! Oh, what's that one up to? No, I can't really see what's going on. Those two hippos beyond that one. So I said the wounds they sustain during these titanic battles with each other make them a slightly easier target for the lions and hyenas of the Mara. Now, Carsten in Denmark is wondering, how long do hippos live for? They live for about 40-45 years, and again, it all depends on the area. Now, females generally live a bit of a longer life because they don't have to fight with males, but the males tend to be a bit shorter. You see the croc, Dave? You come to the right a bit in the water.
So there?
A little bit up. There he is.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. There's quite a sizable Nile crocodile. Not too big though. There is a very big croc that is at this particular point in the river, but I think he's under the water at the moment. It's quite a stiff breeze coming through. We're just keeping an eye on the weather behind us. We've picked up a tree on a ridge in the distance, and we've decided that is our safety tree. So if the rain gets there to that tree, we're going to have to make a dash for it, because getting up the hill in the wet is not too fun. We had a massive thunderstorm last night. We also had our first inaugural little barbecue or braai at our camp, well, in the skeleton of our camp, and we had some sausages on the fire and a salad, which we were all very happy about. And what else did we have? Oh, a homemade bacon, tomato and onion relish, which was delicious. No, I didn't quite catch Shelley's question there. I think it was about seeing hippos out of the water. Now, Shelley, normally they do come out of the water at night, but we do see them out of the water during the day quite often. They sunbask. Oh, it's the first hippo Shelley's seen out of the water. We do see them out of the water quite often, especially in the early morning. We catch them on their way back into the river, but it isn't that uncommon to see them lying and basking on the banks during the day, especially if it's a bit of a cooler day to try warm up. Just, what is that there? It's behind the bush for you, Dave, sorry. It was just a hippo doing a roly-poly. Going all the way around. Feet were up in the air, but it's over now. Now, this is a spot that the zebras are crossed quite often at, and they cross throughout the year here. So we just came to have a quick look to see if there were any zebras thinking about swimming and braving the murderous Mara River crocodiles. I think we're going to now carry on and have a little bumble down the river, and we're still hoping to have our first really good leopard sighting, and I think this area has got massive potential for that. There's quite a strong breeze going. I'm just going to move the vehicle forward a little bit. Dave, am I going to get stuck in that mud in front of us? I just need to see where to put my tyres. We don't feel like getting muddy this afternoon. So as we're gonna move along the edge of the Mara River a little bit. there's a buffalo. Bobby's wondering, have we seen more hunting now that the migration's arrived? Bobby, the migration is about a 4-hour drive from here for me at the moment, so I've spent some time down there, but I haven't seen any hunting around the oh, actually, I lie. We saw Malika, the cheetah, try to take a baby zebra in the migration, but I would say the hunting happens all year round here, and you do see more hunting and more hunting behavior here, just due to the fact of how open it is. Now there is a proper dugger boy, completely caked in mud. Now the term dugger boy comes from mixing of cement, so it is actually a relatively recent term in terms of well, I suppose when it originated. So it apparently originated on the mines in South Africa, and dugger is wet cement or sand and cement mixed, and the guys who used to mix the cement were said to be the toughest, because it is a really physically hard job to do. Now, we use those automatic cement mixers these days, but back in the day it all had to be done by hand, and they were often caked, of course, in cement, which has quite a similar look to the mud on that buffalo, and they were also said to be the hardest part, or drinking and hardest bar fighting and knife fighting group on the mines. So of course a buffalo bull has got quite a reputation for flattening people, and that's where that term of endearment, well, I'm not sure if it's a term of endearment, but the term a dugger boy comes from. Now, one of the amazing things is, even with the wind here, you can actually hear the weather coming. It's sort of a dull roar, like the ocean in the distance. Eclair is wondering whether there are more flies and insects in the Mara due to the higher rainfall. Well, yes, there are, and it's not only because of the higher rainfall, it's due to the higher animal density. So there's more dung, there's more animals to bite. Now, I think if you look carefully on these buffalo, look at his horns. Look at the amount of flies that are on his horns. Now, that's why you often find the buffalo here are far more caked in mud and spend more time wallowing than the buffalo that we see in the Sabi Sands. Just look at that massive amount of flies on him. He's feeling a bit self-conscious. Okay, well, we're going to keep moving, and we're going to try find our first decent Mara leopard sighting, but it seems Taylor is in the home of leopards, the South African Sabi Sands, and she's found one. Now, this is one of the amazing things about being out here. I have absolutely no idea who this young rogue is in the Four Big Boys territory. I've never seen him before. He's looking fat and happy, but strange enough, this is the exact same spot where we actually saw one of those big boys mating with a lioness a few days ago, and now we've got a young interloper. Well, now, where have you come from, little man? Well, not so little. His mane's little, but his body is beastly. He looks like he's going to be a very big male lion. Now, there are 2 coalitions of 6 male lions that I know about, but he could have come from afar. So it's very interesting, and there's a constant shift in lion dynamics in this area, with young males becoming independent and moving around. The big boys must not be around. It's so fascinating. So I guess he's probably 2.5, 3 years old, maybe close to 3, I would say. And you see he's already got some war wounds on his back. And the life of a nomadic young male lion is tough. It's always easier when you got some friends. I'm wondering if he isn't part of one of those bigger coalitions who's just meandered a bit further from everyone else. Now, unfortunately, we would love to spend some more time here, but we can't stay too long, as I think we are in danger of getting drenched. Not just wet, but truly and utterly drenched. As we can see the dark skies all around us. Now, I've had a look around. I can't see any other lions close by. That doesn't mean there aren't any sort of sleeping in the thickets behind us. And that's the joy of it. Remember, this is coming to you 100% live from the Masai Mara in Kenya. And if you've got any questions for me, jump onto Twitter, use the hashtag #SafariLive, and hopefully I'll be able to answer whatever you're asking. Oof, the thunder's just staying more and more constant. Shelley's wondering what sort of size the male lion coalition territories are in the Mara, and whether they are bigger or smaller than that of the Greater Kruger, and same with the prides. Now, I would say on average that the territories are quite a bit smaller, and that's just because of the high prey density here in comparison to the Greater Kruger. So, tired kitty. They are a bit smaller, and you can see that bulging belly of his. And the coalitions and the prides, the territories are smaller. Your average sort of pride territory in South Africa is upward of about 8,000 hectares, it's about 16,000 acres, and the male coalition territories can be massive there, 20 to 30,000 hectares. Whereas in this area, you're finding the pride territories are probably 4 to 5,000 hectares, and oh, look at him rolling over. Hello, big boy. And the males are probably about 6,000 to 7,000 hectares. Now, that all depends. Now, if you hear my camera clicking, we're just trying to get ID shots on all the lions that are here. Oh, there we go, head up, that's what we're looking for. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I think the rain is nearly upon us, so we're going to have to get moving shortly. Edward is wondering, why does he have a small mane? Well, Edward, it's because he's a small boy. Well, he's not a small boy, he's a young boy. So he hasn't quite managed to grow his whole mane yet. He's only, I'd say, about 3 years old, and he'll only have a fully developed mane by the time he's about 5.5, 6. That's why his mane is so small. Now, just look at me once, please, mister. Or not. Oof, that thunder is nearly on top of us now. Okay guys, you know what? We're going to send you all the way back to Djuma while we run away from this storm.